Last year Samsung's Galaxy S5 left a lot to be desired. Most were hoping for a step away from the plastic design and leatherette backing, and hoping for something more along the lines of a premium design that a flagship device deserves. Well, this year's Samsung delivered just that, and a whole lot more. They have overhauled the design and the internals, and come up with a device which is generating a lot of hype. What is up guys, it is Ryan here, and this is my review of the Samsung Galaxy S6. From the minute you hold the Galaxy S6 in your hands, you instantly know that you are holding a premium device. It features Gorilla Glass 4 on the front and rear, and a wonderful aluminium frame. So no matter where your hand is touching, you are holding a premium material. This design is something Samsung fans have wanted for some time now, but with that comes a few sacrifices. The first is no more removable back panel, meaning no SD card slot or removable battery. Another feature no longer present is the IP67 water resistance, but with a design as sleek and wonderful as this, I can definitely live without those. So let's take a quick look around the device. On the bottom of the device we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB port, microphone and repositioned speaker. On the top all we have is the noise cancelling microphone and IR blaster. On the right hand side you will find the power button and micro SIM slot, and on the left is the volume buttons that are now separated and have a nice tactile feel. Onto the front we have the capacitor buttons and home button, and if we take a look at the top of the device, we have the 5MP front facing camera, earpiece and all the usual sensors. On the rear of the device we have the heart rate sensor, flash and of course the 16MP camera with f1.9 lens capable of shooting 4K video. Overall I am really loving this new premium design. The button layout is fantastic and easy to reach, and they all give a nice satisfying click while pressing them. It feels great in the hand and isn't as slippy as you would think. The contoured aluminium edges help maintain a good grip, and size wise it feels just about right. My only concern about the design is the protruding camera lens, as I know a few reviewers who have already managed to damage it, so I would suggest going with a case if you are not the careful type. So let's take a look at the specs. The Galaxy S6 is sporting a 5.1 inch Quad HD Super AMOLED panel with an insane 577 ppi. Samsung's own Exynos 7420 chip is present with an octa-core processor, Quad 2.1GHz and Quad 1.5GHz, 32, 64 and 120GB of onboard universal flash storage, and a 2550mAh battery. So let's take a look at my favourite part of the new Galaxy flagship, and that is of course this Quad HD panel that features a resolution of 2560 by 1440, and there really is only one way to describe this display, and that is the best display in mobile. If you are a Note 4 owner like myself, this panel will still surprise you as it is super sharp, the colours are super vibrant, the contrast is great, blacks are super inky being AMOLED, and the viewing angles are exceptional, and it is even viewable in direct sunlight. There is not much else I can say about it, you will have to see it with your own eyes to believe it. So let's take a look at the software. The Galaxy S6 is running Android 5.0.2 with Samsung's infamous TouchWiz overlay, and as you can see I still pretty much suck at Flappy Droid. Samsung has made a real attempt to win users over with this iteration of TouchWiz, as they have certainly toned it down, as features that are usually thrown in your face are now disabled by default. The settings menu is now super easy to navigate, and you can usually find what you're looking for without too much trouble. Samsung's quick settings panel that sits at the top of the menu is also an added bonus, as you can fully customise it to your liking, making navigation a whole lot easier and smoother. All the usual apps and features that we are used to like S-Planner, S-Voice and Multi-Window are still present, but this time round you can easily delete them if you wish. S-Health is still here, and I will probably still never use it once again, but you can take advantage of that heart rate sensor on the rear, but I pretty much feel that it is useless and more suitable to wearable devices, as I do not know anyone who goes a run with their mobile in hand checking their heart rate. Either way, it can be fun to show off now and then if you feel you have to. The S6 also returned with the fingerprint scanner, though this time Samsung has improved it vastly. There is no more silly swiping down the screen, all you have to do is put your finger over the home button and you're good to go. I found it to be very accurate, and I had never had to try more than once to unlock my device. So performance wise, TouchWiz has improved drastically. Multitasking is a breeze and the device never stutters thanks to Samsung's 64-bit chip. You can fly between apps almost instantly, and even playing the most demanding games, the device seems to handle them with ease. It is also worth noting that I never witnessed any overheating issues at all, although the device did get a little warm while performing benchmark tests, but nothing too terrible, and I will be doing a separate video for the results of those, but as you can probably guess, it destroys every device out there. I will just touch on the camera briefly, as I have already uploaded an in-depth camera review that I will leave linked in the description below. My review covers the camera app UI and also contains loads of pictures and video samples, so be sure to check it out. Meanwhile, let's take a look at a few sample pictures. As you can see, the Galaxy S6 performs very well in good lighting situations, but it also produces good pictures in low light. So after my review of the Galaxy S6 Edge, there was a ton of comments from people wanting a speaker test, so I decided to put one together. As you can hopefully tell, there is certainly a massive difference in the level of noise produced by the Galaxy S6, and I'm certainly more than happy with it, although front-facing speakers would have been a nice touch. In terms of battery life, it performs pretty well for the average user, who will likely make it through a full day, but power users will definitely have to take advantage of the wireless charging or fast charge capabilities. I was finishing the day with around 15% when using the device only lightly, and relying on fast charge when using it more heavily. A large chunk of the battery is no doubt being consumed by that beautiful screen, but I want to test it out on my local LTE network for a few weeks before delivering my findings. There is of course ultra power saving mode for those with no access to charging facilities, if that is any consolation. So let's wrap up this review. The Galaxy S6 is the successor we have all dreamed about, but sometimes to get better, sacrifices have to be made. The lack of expandable storage is certainly not an issue, as the built-in UFS storage will make transferring any photographs or videos elsewhere a breeze. The Galaxy S6 is certainly a sleek and beautiful looking device, and certainly worth upgrading to. The mediocre battery is the only major issue, but with so many ways to charge your device these days, it is hardly a crisis, and it is a small price to pay for the performance. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the review, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below and I will try my best to answer them all. So all that's left to do now is decide whether you're buying the Galaxy S6 or the S6 Edge. Peace out.